Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm in Los Angeles, California. So I will be going out to see the city. I haven't really seen much of it at all. So first we're gonna go to downtown LA and do some exploring there, and then we're gonna go to Hollywood Boulevard area just to see the Walk of Fame and some very other touristy things there. So we'll see how it goes. The weather here is not as hot as I thought it would be. I packed a bunch of shorts and stuff, but it's still much nicer than what it's in Canada. I think it's like 13 degrees, and in Canada it's like maybe 6-7 in Vancouver. But yeah, it's still very sunny though, which I'm happy about. But I think it's a good thing it's not that hot, because too hot makes it very difficult to do a lot of exploring as well. The weather is very pleasant, let's just leave it at that. So yeah, let's go explore LA. I'm in downtown LA. I just got off the metro station. Downtown Los Angeles is what you would expect of any North American city's downtown, which is basically in the middle of the city with lots of tall and fancy buildings, and with lots of restaurant options and shopping areas with a bunch of people going here and there. So something that was quite interesting to me was how unclean the city was compared to the Canadian cities. But of course, the nice blue sky with pretty clouds and the sunshine makes everything better. One of the first places I stopped by was this place called Grand Central Market, which is really close to the metro station, literally steps away, and it is one of downtown LA's landmark. What it is essentially an indoor marketplace with lots and lots of various different vendors of fruit, vegetables, spices, entertainment, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, some of the food stalls were very tempting and interesting, so I did try some tacos. Look at these spices. I think they're like Mexican spices. They're very interesting looking. I wish I knew more about them. And then the next was these very cool candy place where all the gummy candies were spiced, so I bought some of those. And check out this piece of art. I don't know what you call it, but isn't it so cool? I thought it was pretty cool. The next place in LA downtown that I went to was this place called Walt Disney Concert Hall to admire the architecture. It's also just a few steps away from the previous place, Grand Central Market. There's nothing you can do here unless you're attending a concert or an event, but otherwise you just go outside and admire the fancy and the pretty architecture of it, which is exactly what I wanted to do. The next place that I went to, which was also just around the corner, was this place called Angel's Flight, which is a train that takes people from uphill to downhill and downhill to uphill. It gives people a ride who don't want to walk, I guess. It's also known as one of the shortest railway tracks in the world, and it's been around in the city for a very long time. But yeah, I thought it was really pretty aesthetically, the orange train under the blue sky with the trees in the background, so it looked really pretty aesthetically. It's worth the stop if you happen to be in downtown for sure. The next place I went to was Hollywood Boulevard, which is not in downtown at all. I couldn't tell you which part of the city it was. The Uber driver took us there. Oh my gosh, there were so many people in this area, and it's definitely targeting tourists. There's people trying to sell you stuff from every corner, people handing out pamphlets and telling you to buy this, buy that. At some point, I felt like I was in Asia, but it was very crowded, and everywhere on this street is just reference to Hollywood, and there's movie posters, and yeah, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is also here, which was interesting to see, but it was not what I was expecting at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but I think it was a little bit overrated for me, because it was essentially just a sidewalk with a bunch of celebrity stars names on it. So yeah, I did walk around a bit, and because it was so crowded and loud also, you get tired very easily. After that, I went to Universal Studio, which is quite far away from Hollywood, but it was a completely different atmosphere, and essentially it's a themed movie park, right? So if you're a movie buff, you're really, really gonna love this place. I think one of the highlight of this place is the Harry Potter theme park. So unfortunately, I arrived quite late in the afternoon there, so there wasn't enough time to explore all the studios inside. I'm not really big of a movie buff either, so I was okay. Like, I wasn't too bummed about it, but I explored whatever I could in the short period of time that I had, and it was quite exciting to see everything. And it's so pretty there, and it's so big. Like, there's so many things going on, and honestly, I think it's like a city in itself. And I didn't even go inside, so I can't imagine what's inside. So if you're a big movie buff and you're really interested in the science behind how a movie is made, this is definitely a place to check out for sure. Is it true that there's angels in the city? That I'm not sure about, but there certainly is certain charm to this city. And yes, the traffic in LA is just as bad as everyone says it is. Thank you so much for watching. This is all I have for now, and please stay tuned for part 2 of my LA trip.